Welcome to the No Budget Indie Filmcast, where we dip into the independent film universe to highlight those little films that you might not have heard about elsewhere. Will you agree with our panel, or will our panel agree with each other? Tune in to find out. My name is Milo Denison, and with me, as always, are my most excellent co-hosts, Claire Milan.
Hello.
And Cathal Feeney.
Hello.
Love the enthusiasm, guys, as always. All right. Cathal, were you going to say something there, Claire, or just agreeing with
no, I'm not. No. A dramatic pause. I was dramatic pause. Let Cathal speak.
Got it. All right, Cathal, what are we watching this week?
Okay, so this week we are watching a film called The Badwanne, which is the bathtub in German. So it's a German short film. And it's written by Tim Eilrich, and he directed it too, and he co-wrote it with Dominik Huber. So it's a very, very simple little story, little setup. You have these three brothers who are now adults, and they want to recreate a photograph from when they were children, and it's a photograph of the three of them in a bathtub. So the entire film takes place in this bathroom. And you have just one camera, one setup, looking at the bathtub, and the story unfolds from there. So you have kind of one brother who's been more successful in life, and he's kind of reluctant at the beginning. And then there's this like snippets of conversation, and old feelings come out, and old rivalries and stuff like that. So it's just really simple, very cleverly done, and it's just a really nice little film. You know, I say I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I often make fun of one-shot films because they kind of use it as a gimmick, but for this, it works perfectly because the camera is a prop in the film, but it's also recording everything that's happening.
Yeah, so it's part of the film. Basically.
That's exactly it. And it's just done so well where they come in and, they're adjusting the camera to get the framing right. And it's recording everything. So it's just beautifully done with how they did this as a one shot and incorporating that camera in there and the single location. So yeah, I agree. It was really nicely done. Just a nice, simple, fun film. So super impressed with it.
And anybody who has siblings can recognize the sort of the relationship, the rivalry.
Even I remember we have a photograph like that. I have two older brothers, and we have a photograph in the bath. Do you know? So, but I laughed out loud like when I started watching this. It was just, and again, it's so well used, this technique, this one shot camera, because it's not a gimmick, like as you said, Mayo. It's it's part of it, and even though it was extremely funny in parts, but it was very poignant as well. Like there was really, like I actually began to cringe in some parts of it. I was like, oh God, this is so awkward, because the guy in the suit, like he's very successful, and then he gets down to his boxer shorts and he's wearing like, I don't know what was on his boxer shorts.
It wasn't hard.
They boobs. They like,
I don't know what, but it was like, and then he was kind of at the camera, and he like a big belly on him, and it's like, oh God, like, and then you just see the other guys, and one was really enthusiastic, and he had plaster across his chin because like when he was a child in the photograph he had that, and yeah, it was just, I felt so awkward watching it in parts. Another part I was laughing out loud, and then it was kind of sad as well, because they're doing it for their mother's birthday. Yeah. And at one moment I thought, like, the enthusiastic son, he really wanted to do this for the mother, and then looked like they were all saying, no, I'm not doing this, and he encouraged them, then. But I loved it. It was such a simple premise, and with so much in it as well, and it showed their different relationships, and
totally true to life. It too, like these were believable characters in the way they behaved with each other. Absolutely. I've had this in the photo studio where people will come in with a picture from their childhood and they want to recreate it.
Oh,
And it's the same thing. You usually have like one family member that's super enthusiastic about it, and then you'll have another family member that's like, okay, let's do it, and another one's like, I don't want to do this at all. I'm only doing it because everybody's making me do it.
serious. That's
Yeah,
funny.
totally. It's so true. It is so fantastic.
And there was one scene as well. Like when I say one scene, it was probably all one scene. There was one moment when where I thought this single fixed camera worked very well. It was when they kind of had the argument and they get out the bath, and then two brothers were talking about the third brother, and they were out of shot, you know. So you could just hear their voice, and then the camera was focused on the guy in the bath. So you know, you're forced to look in see his reaction, and then he reacted, you know. But I just thought, I don't know if it was that, you know, was that deliberately designed that way, or did it just happen that way, you know? But I just thought in that instance, actually, it actually worked very well. And it sort of reminded me just having that kind of one sort of claustrophobic, just one room. It reminded me a bit of 12 Angry Men, in actual fact, you know. Just it just gave you that sort of like intensity, you know, just to have this, you know, boxed into one room. So it was just all about the you know, them bouncing off each other, the reaction of.
And it was funny because I think the guy in the suit said, oh, he had a meeting in half an hour, or he had to go or something, and he had a lovely suit. And then when he stripped down, he there was one moment where there's water splashed out of the bath because the other guy was splashing around, and then it went into his shoe, like, and he was just pouring water out of his shoe. Do you know? It's just, I thought it was so clever, like, but yet really true to life. Like, there was no gimmicks in it, you know. It showed how simple filmmaking can be so effective, you know, and tell such a poignant story. Because I was thinking, oh, isn't this so sweet? They're doing it for the mother's birthday, so it must have been the mother's house, probably. Do you know? Maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's the same bathroom, yeah.
You know, and it's like, it's sad, like, it's so sad sometimes, you know, and you know, you don't, it's just, I don't know, there is, yeah, it kind of, I felt very emotional watching it. I don't know, I didn't expect that, as you know.
Yeah.
But
well, because it's interesting, because not a lot of people do stuff like this, so it's so rare, like, that people will take the time to get back together as a family and, like, you know, recreate a picture, or even just get a picture together as a family, because they're all so involved in their lives. And we see this with the suited brother, like, he's so involved with his life, he really didn't want to be there. And yeah, I mean, as to give something like this as a picture to a family member, it would mean so much to that person. And it's such a simple thing to do, yet we don't do it. I mean, I can tell I don't think I have any pictures like this with my siblings, but I'm saying, you know, like, we never get together, even when I was in the States, to, like, you know, do a nice picture that we would then give to, you know, our parents or something like that. So
I think it's probably more common if you have young children. As adults, I mean, if there's an occasion, a family occasion, like a funeral or a wedding or something like that.
That's it, yeah.
Or Christmas, actually. I mean, in Christmas, like, people take loads of photographs.
Actually, I know an American family came to visit us once, and then an Australian family came to visit us as well. And every year they sent us a Christmas card with a picture of their family in the front. Do you know?
Oh, so yeah, that's very common there. Yeah, that's
is it an American thing? Is it?
It's an American thing, yeah.
I'm an Australian as well. Do you know? But it was interesting, yeah. But it's funny, actually, when the American family came over, the father got food poisoning, not from our house, like, but from elsewhere. He was really sick when he was here. I'm not sure if they were from Seattle or not. I don't know where they were from, but they were long. I think they were distant relation or something. Anyway, but yeah.
Were they doing that cheesy thing where they, like, you know, have, like, you know, 3% Irish ancestry, and they're like, we're gonna go visit the homeland.
You know, but yeah, it was interesting because they do have them on their front. But yeah, it was.
I think politicians do that here. They used to do that.
Oh, they do, don't they? Yeah.
Well, they do a Christmas picture and send it
out. Families wouldn't do that. Like, we wouldn't send out pictures, like cards with our whole family in the front. It wouldn't be.
We don't want to scare people for Christmas.
No.
Halloween.
You think it's a bit odd, you know?
Yeah. I don't think. I don't think it's as common in the States as it used to be, but it definitely is still kind of a thing there.
But getting back to the film, it's actually it's been quite successful. Like it's gone to lots of festivals, good big festivals, and picked up awards. And it was in Dublin, in actual fact.
Really?
The Audi International.
It's funny. I love reading the comments underneath when I watch it, you know. And I think one guy said he was fighting for this film to win. I think he must have been a judge at some festival somewhere. He was really fighting for this film, and it didn't in the end, but he still fought for it. And then the filmmaker thanked him, you know. But
well, of course, it's not going to win. It didn't. It's not. It didn't have like somebody in a wheelchair that was being abused by like a distant cousin, and
well, no, it doesn't win. Like it won the Clermont-Ferrand Special Prize of the Jury. So, and like, just looking at the list here, like it did pick up awards too. So,
but anyway, this film is actually really funny, very poignant. Really enjoyed it. Like, I sat down earlier to watch it, and really, really enjoyed it. And it was lovely to laugh out loud. Do you know? It doesn't happen all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Let's rate it. Okay.
So I'll let you guys.
All right.
I'd give it. So it's just like I said, it's funny, poignant, hilarious, very inventive use of a one-shot camera scene. 4 out of 5. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yep. I couldn't make. I was going 4 or 5, so I'm kind of in between the two. So I'm gonna pull a Cahill and do a 4.5.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting that up to me. I was the same. I suppose we can't do quarters now, can we?
No. Drawing the line.
Yeah. I will give it 4.5 as well. Yeah.
All right.
There's no reason not to give it 5, but like, but still, I'm not going to, 4.
That's kind of mine. I was like, I can't think of a reason not to give it a 5, but I don't feel like I should give it a 5. So
exactly. Yeah. It's like,
I think 5 is something you blow you out of the water, like something that would for me.
Well, they did get out of the water in this.
Actually, that's right. They did. Sorry, they did, and there's water everywhere. But no, it's probably one of the highest films we've rated, like the highest rating.
So.
Yeah.
I think so too. I don't think we've ever all, like if we were to average that out, there's no way that we've all.
No, we have done. Yeah, there are some films we've done that.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I must say, I really enjoy German films. The ones I've watched anyway. It's really. I want to watch.
By the way, it nails the lie that the Germans can't do comedy either.
True.
There you go. Germany's a massive country as well, so there must be some comedians in there.
Just waiting to be seen.
It was very well done. The script was just perfect, really, and I love the way at the end when they kind of decided to do the photograph. It was no real talking at that stage. It was just okay, get out of the way, let me in.
And this seemed to be as well a really no budget film or a low budget film, from what looks like anyway. So it just shows you can. It's a very accessible script. Like it's something that people can make and be extremely effective. And this has gone to festivals and it's won awards as well, I think. And so it just shows you as a filmmaker, you don't have to have a million locations. You just have to have brilliant scripts, brilliant actors.
Brilliant actors. I was just about to say that. Everybody pointed out the 3 guys were really, really good.
Really good, and they kind of act, and it did look like siblings. Like they did sound like siblings,
and they even looked like the original guys from the photograph. Actually,
they did a good job. Well, there you have it, no budget audience. We all love this film, which means you should click on the link that I'm going to put into the show notes, watch it, and enjoy it. And of course, as always, let us know what you think via any one of our social media channels at No Budget Show on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And with that, we will say, see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, that's what they say. That's right.